Hello everybody! Welcome to Ero Pc F3 Season 7 Round 8 at Azerbaijan. Should be getting ourselves underway in the next few minutes. I'm joined today by Ryan Chapman as always.
Carnage.
We've already made predictions about how we think this race is going to go. And I reckon we're dead on the money here. I reckon 3 safety cars.
Yep.
8 DNFs.
Yep.
And 3 cars in the pit lane after lap 1.
Yeah.
Plus the DNFs that will also be on lap 1.
Can I add at least 2 on the first lap?
If it's anything like it normally is, you're probably going to get points just for finishing. I'm excited. To be honest, we have 8 DNFs. I think we've got 19 people in the lobby. So pretty much finish, you get points.
Something like that, yeah.
So we're just waiting on our drivers to load in. I'm going to just go through a rundown of the championship standings so far. So after a podium in last week's Grand Prix, Mishler is steaming away in P1 after his title rival Paul Hill in the Alfa Romeo, actually one of his title rivals in the Alfa Romeo, did not get any points that Grand Prix. Had a bit of an unfortunate race, and additionally Hill's not starting today either. Someone who is though is P3 standee Jordan Kent, the other Alfa Romeo driver. He will be Mishler's next best competition. He's 22 points behind Mishler at the moment, so within a race win. And then after that, we've got Fadia in the Aston Martin. He's a very good run of form in the last few races. 1 in Austria, P4 in Spain, and 1 last week's race as well. So an up-and-coming challenger. It's going to be interesting. We've now got a few people going out onto the track, led by Mr. Sancho.
Maybe the Williams boys are going to team up a little bit here. Bit of slipstream down the main straight.
I want to see some strategy.
Yeah, 100%.
Haven't seen enough of it. We've seen the Alfa Romeo boys do it, and we've seen hints of it here and there. But definitely one of the tracks you want to be helping your teammate on. Longest straight on the calendar, I believe. Especially seeing as the, the last real corner is the end of Sector 2, and then Sector 3 is just full acceleration and top end.
Yeah.
Setups are going to be important here. It's going to be, I'd imagine, a bit of a split choice between pure top speed and those targeting the middle sector. If you go too low on your downforce, you do lose a lot of time through the second sector, castle section especially. Hop on board with Sancho and see what he can do for us.
Well, Bakalik already has
5th place penalty for a collision with his teammate.
Oh, that's with his teammate. That might get.
Well, depending on how many issues we have in qualifying, that may stick. Sancho taking T1 very nicely, decides to avoid the apex, which some people do prefer to do. Down into second, he just needs to watch his exit. Gets a pretty decent one. Not a bad sector one so far for Sancho. Looks fairly clean. Just needs to keep it out of the walls more than anything. There's no runoff on this track other than a few escape roads. Just taking it nice and carefully. He's not fully maximising the track width, but he's basically there. just wants to get a good lap in, which I don't blame him for. Plenty of time around this track. You're only really going to get 3 flying runs in. We've got a yellow flag in sector 1 that might be a car getting out of the way or has just overshot the corner. Anyway, staying on board for Sancho for this whole lap. Doesn't quite get the ideal run through whatever corner that is. You can cut it a lot. It's the one before Castle section. Takes it quite cautiously through Castle as well. Wants to get a time on the board. By the looks of things, his teammate is closing in a little bit on him. One of my favourite sections here. Is a really fun corner to get right. Doesn't quite flirt with the absolute width of the track. Don't want to be DNFing without any time on the board. We've got a driver out through Castle. That's Sen. Sen has had a I am stupid moment. Aston Martin has to take avoiding action as well. That might have been the same one who yellow flagged sector 1. Sancho coming to the line now. It's a 42 flat to start things off, and then Turek behind on the mediums does a 41-1.
Yeah, I told you they might do a bit of teamwork, a bit of slipstream down the straight for the Williams boys.
Yeah, definitely. Turek in slipstream range. I'm surprised, especially on the slower compounder tyre. Michelin with a 40.5 on the softs, but for a 1 minute 40 lap time, only being 6/10 down on the mediums, pretty good.
Especially here in a track like this where it is twisty and turny.
Oh, I just got on board with Melko. It's either lag that's hit him into the wall or he has actually kissed the wall on the run up to the main straight. He's got DRS open, but he's going into the pits anyway.
Here coming through the last sort of corners, if you could call them that, in these F1 cars.
Yeah, the quote-unquote
Down
corners.
Straight.
On board with our Ferrari reserve at the moment, Acra.
Doesn't look like a very good lap from the Aston Martin. Nah, slow.
DRS open for the Ferrari. Let's see where this puts them. It's going to be somewhere in the middle, I'd expect. It's a 42.4, currently P7 provisionally.
It goes P3.
Already got 3 people out of qualifying. It says Pena got disqualified. I'm not sure what that was about. It might have been a spin. Fadia is having a Ragunathan.
A Ragunathan moment.
Don't set your car on fire, my friend.
He's disqualified from quali for that. That would have been funny.
I mean, Ragunathan basically got disqualified from motorsport after that, to be fair. Stewart's on an outlap. Ah, the curse has begun. Stewart has just lost the car. That is unfortunate. He will be starting near the back for the race. You only currently have 9 drivers who set a lap time. We will have to see how this goes. Try and catch someone on a flyer. Kent's bailed out of his. Sancho's not on a flyer. He's turned his ERS off. Fadia's bailed out of his. Karolak must have bailed out of his. He's already in the 1 minute 30s. He's not even on the straight yet. See someone who's on an outlap then. Jardim's on an outlap, so I'll stay on board with him for a little bit. I just want to take everybody on a tour of the streets of Baku. And I have just been reminded in the comments that Fadia did not win last week's race. That's now been adjusted. Literally as I'm talking, Kent won last week's race. So apologies for that. In any case, Kent and Fadia are going to be trying to chase down Michelin and erase his lead at the front. Currently P1 for Michelin as well, as he's provisionally on pole, the 140.5. Still half the grid have not set a lap yet, so staying on board with Jardim. He's about the only one on a flyer on fresh tyres to see what he can do.
All the way down to gear 1.
I know, it's interesting to see. Oh, it's always interesting to see how other people drive. It gets quite a nice run. I always hate that little right-hander after the castle section. You have to hug it as much as you can and then not lose it on the left curb afterwards. Braking a little bit early for this corner here, but he's going to get a good run. No, definitely not.
Not anymore, anyway. You even count these as corners now? Are these corners?
Technically, yes. As actually slowing down for them?
No.
Nah. No. Jardim's coming to the line. It's a 42.1 currently, P7 provisionally. So Turek set his time on mediums. He's still P3. Smith in the Red Bull has also set his lap on the medium tyres as well. We found Melko in the Hasses saying he's gone purple sector 1, but you know what this game's like for someone who hasn't set a lap time yet. See what he can do here. Doesn't ride too much of the curb. It is a dice throw whether or not you'll get a nice easy run out of there. He's clipped that left hand wall. That's probably wing damage. Nothing visible as there is a stray tyre in this windy section. Well, I don't think Milko is going to be setting that great of a lap. Dario is about to come to the line for his quali lap. Where's this going to put him provisionally? Currently P11, just outside the points. Not a bad place to start the race, especially around Baku. He's hit the wall. At least he's done it here and not in the race. Let's see what Kuchuk can do. He's coming to the line any moment now.
Oh, Melko went P2.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It might have been lag with the contact on the left-hand wall, but that looked pretty convincing.
High from session, but we're just going to be on...
Yeah. Kuchuk goes P4 and he's going to just stay on his onboard, see what happened with Melko.
I can now see where Melko disappeared off to hit a wall.
Good avoiding action by the drivers coming through the second corner at the moment.
Well, he very nearly collected Mishler, who was now on a flyer. That might have hurt his time a little bit if he does want to commit to this line. Having to avoid the Haas that is stranded in the middle. They really need to put like red flags, although he is up by basically a 10th.
Yeah, he's lost it there. He got the inside curve, but then rode the outside curve for traction, so that's a couple of tenths gone just like that. He gets a really, really good line on the curve, but nearly loses the back. Downshifts to 3, flirts with the wall here.
Let's see if anyone's going to do an I am stupid moment. See, I'll tell you what, the Mercedes, as a black car, looks very good.
Oh, definitely.
Very clean looking car.
Yeah. I'm going to miss it, but their new livery also looks pretty nice, so...
True, he's purple again through the sector. He's 3 tenths up, basically.
Track's really starting to rubber in now for everybody, so we're going to see some of these lap times tumble. Mishler is on for a 40.2, so he's getting ever closer to the 39s.
That's nearly as fast as my TT time. I'm kind of worried.
It's rare for you, but you don't like this track, so I can understand. It's a 40.1 in the end.
What a fantastic lap from Mishler.
It's pretty good. Fadia's in the middle sector, 7 tenths up.
Oh, okay. Let's see where... So currently, we'll put him P2, but he will still be like 7 tenths behind Mishler.
It's alright, it's a casual 9 tenths in front, it's fine.
Sorry?
Mishler's only a casual 9 tenths in front, it's fine.
Yeah. 9.5 tenths in front. Let's see if Fadia can close this gap down. Takes a decent line through what I'm now going to call the penultimate corner, because it basically is. As he's 1.5 seconds up.
Oh.
So this puts him right next to Mishler, actually. If this carries on...
Looks like a really good run through these last few.
Is he in range of slipstream from the Ferrari in front of him?
Not quite.
No, not quite.
Above a second behind the Ferrari. Fadia's going to get a 39 here. We're very low 40. So 40.193.
It's a great lap from the Aston Martin. Lots of improvement, but if he can get round the track fast enough and whatnot, he's definitely got enough time for another lap.
skipped on to Kopaszewski, who was 7 tenths up when I went on board with them. Lost a bit of time, and they dinked the walls. They may not improve their lap that much. How's Sancho doing? 10th and a half up, going through the end of Sector 2 at the moment. Not actually pushing. It's not using any ERS.
Just on board with the Alpino Kopaszewski, as you were saying. Straight tyre in the wall, but there is a bit of a collection on the wall for Kopaszewski to see if he improves.
Yeah, there is. Kent doing his best to get out of the way there.
He is. Oh wait, where's the sector? Oh, it's coming right now.
It's going, yeah.
So yeah, I don't really know this track very well. 3 tenths, so that'll put him P11, which is not bad.
Ah, no, P11 is a great place to start
P11
here.
pseudo pole position in a 50 lap race, in a 50% race,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
It's weird, 'cause if you play the strategy well from the front, this is very much a leader's track if you can break DRS.
But then you have to.
Very
break
much for me,
DRS.
I'd either want to be starting P1, P3, or P11.
But he does go P10, so he actually made a bit more time up in the last sector. See if Smith has anything to do that. He's on his outlap.
I'd say he's probably going to get knocked out again out of that top 10 with future laps. There's only actually 3 people behind him, so we've had 4 DNFs.
Just going to say, Turek goes P3 in the Williams.
Ah. Opts to
Welcome back
do the
the
lap on the
dominator
softs.
from Spain. Was it Spain that he completely smashed everyone? It was
France.
France, yeah.
By
The
good
front.
20 seconds.
He made everyone else wave a white flag, really, didn't he?
Pretty much.
No one really had an answer for him. As Sancho is on a flyer, he's 2 tenths up.
So on board with the second Aston Martin for Dario, he's 3.5 tenths up. He's still coasting through Sector 2 at the moment. It's a really good run. Almost taps the wall. That's
Sancho's now
Kenny
5
Alfa Romeo behind him.
Sancho's current lap is going to be putting him in and around that Turek and Melko and Kent area. So if he finishes
Ooh.
this lap on a high, then it might actually put him in the conversation
Yeah,
for that P3.
5.5 tenths up as he runs to the line, as you said.
He does go P3. Well
Nice
done
lap.
to the Williams of Sancho.
To the Williams second row at the
Behind-
moment.
Who's behind him? There's a Kopaszewski behind.
Yeah, Kent's on the lap as well. Right behind Dario and the Aston Martin. So we'll see a few lap times get updated here, I reckon. Again, all these people doing multiple runs on the same set of tyres this late is not what I would advise. Baku eats tyres. Kent goes P1 provisionally, the 140 flat.
Are we going to see a 39?
Michelin's on an outlap, so I wouldn't count against it.
Yeah. We might see a 39 for what I can't see the time. I can't see how long's left.
We've got about a minute and a half.
A minute and a half. Yeah, Fadia is locked in there, and he's not going to be able to get round. So, from what I'm seeing from people's times and whatnot, I don't think Sancho is going to want to do another lap. Doesn't want to start the race on 3 lap olds. So, I think Messinia is doing another lap. Smith. Oh, Smith's on a push.
Ooh. Down in P11.
Coming to the end of the... To be fair, if I'm P11, I'm looking at this, and if I'm not improving by a lot, see how much he's improving by.
Took the words out of my mouth.
All right.
Took the words out of my mouth. So currently, I'm only moves him up to P8.
I'd back out.
I would probably bail.
I would bail, but I don't think he will. He wants that nice...
I'll be honest, the PC3 it doesn't really matter where you start. In the nicest possible way. Mix that with Baku, of all tracks.
Yeah.
You could start half a lap down in P last and win a race. There's going to be safety cars.
Yeah.
Smith does go P8 in the end, right behind Kuchuk. This midfield's actually really tightly packed. Everyone down from P4 to P10 is only half a second difference in pace.
So Mishler is now... He's 1.5 tenths down. So not a good first sector
Damn.
for the Mercedes. Gets a bit squirrely going through the castle section, unfortunately.
I'm staying on board with Kerouac at the moment. I haven't really paid the McLarens much attention so far this qualifying. He was 2 tenths down when I hopped on board with him, so we'll see what his second sector split is. Might have been able to get a bit of time back. Yeah, he's 2.5 tenths up now, so he's going to be going into the 1 minute 40s if he has a nice good run through here. And that's going to put him all the way up to P6
I
if he
think
gets
he's got
that.
the fastest middle sector in because, like, he has a time set and the game only bugs if you don't have one, right? So
Who's this?
Kerouac.
Ooh, I missed that, but
So
fair
the end
play.
of this lap will look like
40.8, yeah.
P4.
P4.
nice lap. Just
And Michelin has
Michelin is
failed.
2 seconds down. Yeah, so that's a P2 for the
Okay.
McLaren. Just the last lap, I think, of the session is Messinier, but he's probably failed. Looks like he has.
Acra's on a lap, 2.5 tenths up at the moment.
The Red Bull of Smith is on a push, coming round the last corner. Running out of ERS though, so didn't do a good enough job.
He's going to lose so much time here.
I don't think it's going to be good enough.
He's going to lose so much time. This is tenths you're going to lose just by not deploying at the maximum amount.
P4.
I'm chatting shit, I suppose. P4. Beautiful.
It's a beautiful time. Kind of cutting the field in half a little bit. Like, you know, he's 3 tenths away from the leaders, but 4 tenths back is Kerouac, so maybe it might be.
If I was told I could race every track P4 in complete open air, I'd take it.
Oh yeah.
Acra climbs to P12 after narrowly getting ahead of Jardim, so that's our grid, I think. Yeah, Hidario pulls into the pits here, so you've got Kent, the 140 flat in P1 pole position. 2 lap 1 softs though, so might be quite an early stop for him. Michelin P2, Fadia P3, and Smith P4. Then a bit of a pace difference back. You've got Kerouac P5, Sancho P6, narrowly beaten by Kerouac, and he narrowly beats Turek in P7. Melko and Kuchuk in the Haas's round out P8 and P9. Hidario in the top 10. Not bad. Koposzewski's strategic P1 with a 141.3. Then rounding up the last of the qualifiers, you got Acra and Jardim. Everyone else, though,
DNF
other 4 drivers
did not finish.
did not get a lap in.
They did not.
So that is Stewart, Bakalik, Pena, and Sen. Unfortunate. I wonder what Pena got disqualified for. I didn't see it on the track. I know the other 3 drivers, or I know it's definitely Sen and Stewart had accidents. I didn't see what happened with Bakalik.
Oh, excuse me. Oh god. Yeah, when you drink too much fizzy and it's just like random.
You just can't control when.
You just try to like, oh god. That was a good qualifying session. Nice little fight for pole position there, in my opinion.
Definitely.
Nice to see. I think a new. Oh no, has Kent got pole before? I think yeah.
I'd imagine so.
Be surprised if he didn't.
I'm looking. Unless he got it in France. No, he actually hasn't.
So a new pole sitter for this race. Not a bad race to be sitting on pole on, as you said earlier. The track does lend itself towards the leader a little bit if you can break the DRS, but you have Michelin and Fadia right behind Michelin by his right. I think the inside is pole. Yeah. Oh no, on the outside. So Michelin's got the inside line, and you have Fadia right behind you. So
it'll be interesting. I mean,
so it's all going to be based off of the start. A small run for the start, obviously.
Oh, it's a very short run. I mean, one thing, I know Kent's tyres are a lap older, but this is one of those tracks where the undercut is very powerful. We might see him box a lap earlier than Michelin.
What, on mediums off?
I don't know. I should know, but I don't. I need to do some practice.
I don't.
Yeah, lucky for some.
I really don't like this track, so I decided no. I have a few things going on tomorrow, so can't do this track. Kind of fortunate for me, but then again, it happens.
Yeah. At least
As
you won't
Kent is
drive half
not...
of Baku and then crash out.
Yeah, I mean that's also not fun.
No.
Probably being punted by a Williams. Anyway,
That being said, you are speaking with the person who got flipped sideways in his last Baku race, so...
well, there you go, and finished in the podium. So
His track is so dumb, I love it so much.
You win some, you lose some.
Got a few air gaps for the formation lap. Forming here.
Is that the guys at the back playing a very strategic game?
If Mr. Hamilton
The
can do
McLaren
it, then
and the
the guys
Ferrari.
here can, that's for sure. We got two lots of...
Tires are going to be so cold at the front. Oh,
Adam Stewart and said.
Honestly, I love it. I love this cheekiness. I really do.
Hang on, I just realised. Two of the people at the back are not starting at the back. The two Ferraris, P12 and P14. And
Right, I'm not going to lie, this cheekiness makes me happy. I love it. Like, the front runners are pulling up to their grid slots, and they've got away like a good 30 seconds for the McLaren and the two Ferraris. Oh,
so
dear.
funny.
It's so cheeky. Very cheeky from everyone there. Is they're literally pulling up to their grid slots, and they've got to wait like 10 seconds. The tyres are going to cool down.
We are rapidly approaching squeaky bum time.
Squeaky bum time, indeed.
I know this is going to be chaos.
It's just going to be absolute carnage. Let's get that up. Let's get that up. So, I suppose I'll let you take it away.
I suppose I can. Hop on board.
Normally
with
the
the
procedure.
Oh, this camera angle is...
So you go for it.
We're getting the 5 red lights at the moment. Long hold up. Some drive-through penalties, and it's go for PC F3 and Azerbaijan. Michelin takes the lead. Kent behind, getting dove down the inside by Fadir, but he backs out. You've got the Red Bull Smith behind. People slotting in quite well. I'm not seeing as much carnage as I maybe expected. It's kind of a surprise.
Actually, yeah, everyone's gone for a bit clean. Oh, I say that! There's a bit of front wing that's been lost on the McLaren.
I saw some carbon fibre.
So Bakalik the McLaren right at the back. Lost a bit of the front wing. Unfortunate because he's on the mediums.
These guys took my prediction personally.
So let's
That
have a
is
look.
such an
Right at the
unfortunate
front
start
side.
for the
Just look
McLaren.
at
You've got a
the
Ferrari, the
breakthrough.
Stewart. He's down the escape road. Missing an end plate.
Yeah, oh,
We're good
okay,
at
that's
them.
2. Let's see if there's another. See if the prediction is true. Oh, the Aston Martin's going to the back of the bus.
I'm still
Oh, there's a
watching
carbon fibre
Stewart.
everywhere.
Oh my god, it's a virtual
At
safety.
the start of the race, perfectly fine.
Stewart's
The
still
second
in
part of
the
the race,
escape road. He's
virtual
out.
safety car.
He's out.
Oh, Stewart. So,
We haven't
part
had
one of
any
the prediction.
DNFs. We're gonna have so many people in the pit lane.
So part 1 of the prediction, correct.
No. Oh my god.
And,
I mean, it's only a VSC, so Stewart is... He's in another escape road.
Oh, and someone's
I'm
crashed under
sorry.
VSC. Someone's crashed. The other Ferrari's crashed under VSC.
What's happening for Ferrari today?
I don't think Ferrari like it at Baku that much.
No. I'd
I
rather
think I
get
know why. I
the
think
feeling they
Stewart
don't.
overestimating how much his car can brake when it doesn't have a front wing.
I know. VSC should be ending soon, so we've got... I'm counting pitters. We've got
So
2
1, 2,
cars in
there's
the
gonna
pit
be
lane.
3, 4, 3,
3,
yep, 4,
4, 5,
5, 6,
Stewart,
5,
6.
6.
It's gonna... Oh, Stewart's retired and we can't see why. We are back under green flag running.
We are
He is
green flag ring.
defending
I just
Smith.
want to point out that Mishler, even though he's in front, he does have a drive-through. So
Oh my god, he does.
it's going to be a case of, so far, P1 is Kent.
Oh,
As
Mishler's
Mishler's-
round!
Oh, Mishler's done!
It's not what he
Okay.
wants. He's driving the wrong way. He needs to turn around without
it's
breaking
a bit-
his
it's a
front
bit
wing.
cheeky with the rejoin there as well. So, to the front of the grid.
Oh, he's down to P8 with his drive-through, and his tyres are going to be hot too. Haas,
Not ideal.
just teaming it up. A bit of a gap from Melko to the rest of the drivers. I mean, Karalex, he's got a drive-through as well, so... yeah.
Just on board with Fidia, looking at a familiar sight to him. The amount of times he's seen the rear end of an Alfa Romeo reminds me of the amount of times I've seen a rear end of a Haas. So,
Yeah.
I'm going to keep on board with Fidia. Oh, Kent's gone! Kent's gone!
Kent has
He's
gone,
not out of the
no!
race. He's not out of the race, but I think he might have damage on that Alfa Romeo.
Let's have a little look. He's missing his left end plate, I believe, so he's going to be putting into the pits.
Yeah, he's fallen into the pits and gives Fidia a massive lead in this race.
Oh my goodness me, it was a
Fidia's
huge
miles
lead.
out of
3.5 seconds, I want to say.
Fidia's miles out of the
3.2,
DRS.
yeah,
Oh,
Jesus.
safety car. No, I am wrong.
Safety
There is a
car.
safety car because
What's that? It's Kopaszewski and Sen!
Kopaszewski and Sen.
I'm on board
So,
with Pena. I want to see what happened here. Must have been a side-by-side. Sen's in the left wall.
no,
Kopaszewski is
side-by-side.
gone. Halfway there on the
Okay.
DNFs.
So, they're being... Oh, Kent, how unfortunate. If Kent can do a Bellini and keep these mediums going for 23 laps,
Yeah, no. No.
then he's probably going to be okay.
No.
But no.
No. Absolutely not. He could extend to softs. Or do two medium runs.
I mean, there's going to be another
Dario's
safety
on the
car.
hard. He has chosen death.
He's decided to not have fun.
Pretty much. If I was here in this race and I asked myself, do I want to take a set of hard tyres to the end?
No.
The answer would be no.
The only time
Oh,
I
Kent nearly does a stupid... saves it.
I mean, he is in his old team, so I suppose they are not liable for immunity from such mistakes.
Well, you're only human, I suppose.
So, during the safety car, Fidia did have a nice lead after the mistake from Kent, but
It's been 2 full laps. And we have a car in every sector.
well, we won't in a minute.
No. That's why I'm saying it now.
So Fidia, the safety car, has now picked up our race leader. Sancho, Melko, and Kuchuk all pitting. Wait, Melko and Kuchuk pitting? Is it a nice double stack from the Haas boys? Or the front wing does need to be changed. Let's see if they can get him out on time. Oh, it's fantastic from the Haas boys, if you've seen that.
Oh, I did not catch it on the stream. I'm assuming a beautiful double stack.
Well, it was basically nearly a beautiful double stack, but the pit crew weren't ready that time. Not the guys. So
Melko
Kuchuk
was
does lose a
victim
couple-
of Baku's crap auto-release system for people further down the pit lane. He just got flung out and exceeded the white line of pit exit, but I think this is one of those tracks where you can understand people extending past the white line. He didn't endanger anybody, so it should be fine. So Fidia's the only one who's chose to actually stay out here.
Our prediction's correct in 3 safety cars. It may not be a bad idea. You extend the softs a little bit. You don't have to worry about them too much, since they are getting a couple of like cooldown laps, so to speak, so that he can push them a bit further on in the race than he normally would be able to. And if there is a second safety car, then a free change onto the mediums would very much benefit him.
Definitely, yeah. So, opinion time.
So
Mercedes or Aston Martin safety car?
Michelin still has his drive-through. I think.
That's not good. Oh, that's not good.
What is it?
He's still got his drive-through.
Yeah, he still has his drive-through, unfortunately for him. Yeah, he still has a drive-through. So he's going to be put right at the back. Just
Wait,
an
Penny's out.
interesting strategy decision for Bakalik. Put on a fresh set of softs.
Huh.
He's zooming around.
Hey,
But
fair enough.
I can see the logic, because if there is going to be another safety car and you can...
We got 5
kind of, like,
DNFs.
run them
Oh,
ragged,
Fadia's
take
now
some-
in.
You could like run them ragged, take a few positions off Fadia's pit.
I mean, he's going to have 1% fresher tyres, but he's going to drop all the way to P11.
He's going to be in front of Bakalik, and that's it.
Yeah.
The safety car should come in this Bakalik.
Maybe he just wants to challenge himself. I don't know.
I was going to say something there, but I feel like it's a bit unfair. Have a look.
So Sancho leads this group behind the safety car. Williams in a very good spot at the moment. 2 cars both on the podium as it stands. Safety car will be in this lap. Everyone is now back and bunched up. Ay, ay, ay. Fadia's in the comments saying he didn't notice the safety car, which is fair enough. It happens.
Yeah, as Ero themselves have said, you drop a like on the stream.
Yes.
Yes.
You should be doing that.
Maylander for driver of the day. I mean,
he's led the most laps. Yeah.
He's led most laps.
Unbeatable pace. Sancho just can't get past him. He's actually so godlike that he doesn't even get a delta. He doesn't even get a point on the racing tower because he's too OP. Look at his nameplate compared to everyone else. Got Sancho in P1 and then safety car in big yellow above him.
Yeah.
I want to pan to safety car. Boom, we're at Bakalik.
Anyway, safety. Oh, Bert Maylander needs a pit stop.
Oh my god, he's coming. Oh my god, look at the gap.
The tyres are worn. He needs to change them. But let's see what Sancho's going to do on this race restart after all of our...
Needs to slow down the grid. I've hit the pause button by
I'm
accident.
going to keep an eye on Kent to see if he's going to get a good start. Sancho hasn't gone yet. The safety car's still in front. Kent's looking at it. Kent's very much looking at it.
Oh my god, are we getting a Magello? Not quite. Oh my god, everyone is right on Sancho.
Oh, Sancho's got Kent napping. Nice restart from Sancho.
Blur. Turek gonna Sancho Kent. Is he gonna challenge Kent behind Sancho? No, not quite. He bails out the move. Melko is looking up the inside. Half commits to the move. He's gonna be slow down this next straight. Jardim is making a move, trying to make it stick on Hidario, and he does. Kuchuk is just watching behind thinking, you guys, you better crash. You better do it.
You better crash.
You just crash. Oh, he crashes himself!
Oh, wait, Kuchuk and Bakalik. Oh, Kuchuk trying to make a move on Bakalik. There is a AlphaTauri sideways. Rut-row as...
Oh, there's a little love tap with the wall. So Jardim is...
Oh, there's a Haas sideways
oh,
as well.
No. Oh, he's hit the wall with his front wing. Both end plates are intact. Here comes Jardim making the move on Kuchuk.
like there was nothing else he could do.
Whew.
So, Michelin still has a drive-through.
No, Michael, no.
It's so not right.
He can serve his drive-through and not be last after the safety car came in this lap. If I was Mercedes here, I'd swap cars on the main straight and let Bakalik challenge the Well, the
So I
the
wanna
Michelin
point something
sandwich.
out. If Turek overtakes Kent, we're currently sitting with the Williams 1-2.
Speak of the devil.
Oh, they are. Oh,
And
this
he
is.
shall
Oh,
overtake.
Sancho with a fantastic maneuver actually gives his teammate slipstream. He moved ever
Ah!
so slightly over and gave his teammate slipstream to make the move on Kent.
Do we have a
Brilliant
Williams
teamwork from the
1-2
Williams
for the
boys.
first time in decades?
Yeah, no, honestly, brilliant teamwork from the Williams boys there.
Sheesh. So
Now let's see
Jardim
if they can just get away.
and Kuchuk have not pitted, so they have no serious damage on their cars. Michelin's still not in for the drive-through, so I'm thinking with the VSC and the safety car, any yellow flag running lap must just not contribute to the countdown on the drive-through. I think Michelin has to serve it this lap. Williams are just trying to extend
Gonna
their
get away,
lead.
gonna work together. Ooh, Kent. That possibly was a warning. It was a bit cheeky going over that much of the curb there. Kent might get a bit too overzealous, but he's really quick through this middle sector.
It's nice seeing Williams leading a race.
Very quick
Oh,
through.
Melko has lost his front wing.
Oh god.
Got too wide after castle section. He is going to be so windy. Oh my god, he's taken flight! Hassan brought a jet to the race! That's Melko out and we got another safety car. He took flight!
Oh dear. That was a spectacular crash. I don't know what he was thinking. He lost his front wing and still tried to go full blast around that
I
sort
think
of
it's
like...
one of those things that kind of processed afterwards. Oh my god, I'm watching it back on the stream. It is a magnificent accident. If you finish,
Very
you get
fortunate not
points.
to have selected Fadea in the incident as well.
We have 7 DNFs in 7 laps. We do
this
not
keeps
have
going, we're not gonna
26
have a
drivers.
finisher. If this keeps going the way that it is, there's not going to be any finishes to this race. Oh, it is.
What
just
is
a
the
spectac-
lowest amount of finishes Ero has ever had in a race?
Baku last season, PC2. I don't know.
Ah, probably. Anyway. Bernd Maylander takes the lead!
Yeah, here we go again.
Always a
Oh,
Mercedes.
So, a
Why
quick
is it
rundown
always
of
Mercedes? Kuchuk's pitted for the hards.
the quick rundown of the grid. Sancho P1, his teammate Turek behind him. It is currently a Williams 1-2
Michelin still hasn't served his drive-through.
drive-through. And it's Kent in P3. I think
God.
by the way, Kent is the only driver in the top 5, if you take away the drive-through, that is running on not a Mercedes engine.
Okay, so apparently lowest amount of finishes in the Ero is 3.
3. Do you reckon we can beat
F5
that
had 6 finishes today.
Oh god. Do you reckon we'll beat that with how this is going?
I mean, I want to. I want to see a podium end screen where there are not 3 drivers on it.
Oh no, it automatically puts like the last DNF driver on there.
It shouldn't. Because
I
that
know.
would be really funny. We should be putting Bernd
One guy
Maylander.
on the top stat because he's the only guy that finished the race. In before that's Michelin.
I feel like this race still has a capacity for someone to rage quit.
Oh yeah,
To spin out and rage quit.
So
And just throw points.
Bert Maylander somehow break. Look how fast he's going. He's breaking the slipstream. Bert is rapid in a straight line. Are you seeing this? Breaking the slipstream and everything.
It's crazy. What kind of engine's he running in that car, huh?
Oh, it's a miss. So Bakalik is pitted. Actually, not bad for him.
Apart from the
You
fact
could take the mediums from lap 10 to 26, right?
I mean, yeah, I mean, maybe he gets fresh
Why don't
mediums
you-
now. 'Cause he ran them at the start, I think. But
Right.
I mean, it's all well and good having like slightly fresher mediums, but you still last. I mean, to be fair, it's not like his strategy wasn't going to work, it's just that there wasn't a lot of green flag running before the next safety car.
Exactly.
Speaking of which, safety car will be in this lap.
Yeah, but Maylander, you're most
race
laps left
leader,
on the
yeah, it's like 5th racing lap in... I say racing lap. 5th lap in the lead.
He is currently the leader of the laps led chart.
He's lighting up the timesheets with an approximate 3-minute lap time.
Safety car every lap means he'll never need to serve his drive-through.
I want to be surprised by the idea of that happening, but I'm just not. Because it's probably going to happen. I said 8 DNFs by the end of the race. We've had 7, 1/3 of the... We're only 1/3 of the way through the race.
I have just realised something.
What?
If, let's say for all purposes, Sancho and Turek are like in voice comms. Sancho could just tell Turek when he's gonna go. Like he could do like a countdown.
That is disgusting.
Right, and then like maybe leave Kent that way, and then they could like go sort of like side by side down the straight. Like one of them breaks a bit earlier for the first corner, obviously, but then Kent can't really get around both of them unless he really wants to do a Danny Rick.
Yeah.
So like, if the Williams boys coordinate this restart,
Sancho leading.
they are in a very strong position.
2nd safety car restart of the Grand Prix.
Sancho's not going yet. He's not been told he's allowed to.
No, I mean, he's actually quite close to safety car, so
Oh,
he's
no.
going to have to leave us a little bit late. Again,
Yep.
the cars behind, they're all just waiting.
Kent really wants to
Hop
get
aboard
going.
with Kent here, to be
Sancho's
honest.
gone. Oh, Turek's been dead.
Turek has been dropped.
Oh, poor Turek, but he might be...
Mishlik is disqualified because of the
His drive-through.
Oh,
dear.
my word.
Yeah, making a move on Turek. Loads of exit speed there from that
That's not
corner.
what our championship leader needed either. Karolak's in the pits.
So Turek, unfortunately, not able to keep up with Sancho. But Sancho just got to keep Kent behind, and it's not like he can't.
Jardim getting past Hidario. Hidario almost stopping at that corner. Bakalik has to slam the brakes. We've got 2.5 seconds, nearly 3 seconds between P4 and P5.
Yeah.
We've got 2 separate leagues here at the moment.
PC F3 and PC F3 1.5. As Turek looking for a move on Fadia.
PC -3 at the moment.
Speaking of, Kent's drop. Kent made a mistake, so Sancho...
He must have got all sort of out of shape in that 2nd sector, so he's now down to 4th for Dia. Obviously, Fadia's ahead of Turek.
Keep up with...
And Sancho's nearly dropped Fadia, actually. He's now has. And these cars might just be equipped to be quick in different areas of the racetrack.
If Turek can keep in range of Fadia, and is able to... Which, I say that and he drops out of range. But, like, if he can, and help his teammate, the Williams boys...
Yellow flag, Sidario, he's spun.
Garcinia is spun. Is there any damage on that Aston Martin?
Yes.
There, yeah, it is lacking a front wing.
There is no front wing attached to that Aston Martin.
We
We got another safety car, but Maylander retakes the lead of the race.
There is a couple of pit stops. Sancho's pitting. Turek's pitting. That's not 5-second penalty for Turek as well. But, like, Williams boys trying to double stack it.
Trying to be another safety car, I can say it then.
Very close to each other.
We've got 8 DNFs.
Actually, the double stack from the Williams doesn't really hurt them that much. The only real pain is Martrek goes behind Jose and Karolak, but...
Yeah, I mean, there's 9 runners in this race. You could pit and you're still you're last with 2 points.
So
that's pretty good. After the last
We've
races I've had, I'd take 2 points.
Was it 3 or more drivers at the beginning went into the pit lane? There's now been 3 safety cars,
Yeah.
and it's points till you finish. So our predictions have been bang on.
Yeah. There's one catch with that.
What?
15 laps earlier than planned.
So we've still got, 15 laps worth more of racing. Well, I say racing, surviving is what I would call this. And I do believe that there are 2 drivers that still need to make a pit stop. And those 2 drivers are Kent and Fadia.
I mean, we will see.
And I wouldn't blame them for going now and putting on a new medium. Fadia is not, Kent also is not, so...
If I was Kent here, I probably would have done. If I know that these tyres will not last, but a fresh set would have done, dropping down to what, P5? It's kind of worth it.
It's a free change, and knowing that your rival in this race, Fadia, at this stage, although Sancho is also in a very, very good spot, has to pit in front, you're a lot more calmer, I think. Let's just hope that this safety car restart is not going to cause chaos. But Maylander, as you say, once again takes the lead of the race.
We've got Alfie Harvey in the chat saying only 2 people are going to finish this race.
Honestly, wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, it's ambitious.
Racing, aka trailing the goat, but Maylander.
Gonna be king of the hill.
Indeed. Ero drive
to survive.
Yeah, we just need to make a ridiculously over-the-top documentary now.
Kent and Fadia were best friends until they weren't. Da-na-na-na-na-na.
Fadia's obviously paused the game and is letting the AI overtake his car. To be fair, at a track like Baku, that's something I would do.
I mean, look at the throttle management.
I don't want to do a Grosjean and say that Ericsson hit me.
I think Ericsson hit us.
I think Ericsson hit us. Did you see the thing that Ericsson said about Magnussen?
No.
So, like, because obviously Ericsson's running an IndyCar now, right?
Yeah.
And Magnussen was, like, test running an IndyCar to see what his next foray into motor racing would be. Obviously, he's come back fast now, and
yeah, I mean, he's subbed for a race,
Ericsson
right?
said that, it just shows how much skill IndyCar how much more skill IndyCar is. And it's like Magnussen's got a podium, mate. Like, you did nothing in F1 apart from do a really spectacular crash at Monza.
And kill Grosjean on the safety car.
And kill Grosjean on the safety car. Phantomly.
Oh yeah, mind powers. The safety car's in this lap, hang on.
The car's in this lap, so yes. On board with Kent, as Fadia's really...
Fadia should leave right now and just let Hidario swamp everybody.
Yeah.
Jardim hit Karalak. 5 seconds for him.
Oh, Fadia
and
has
Fadia has dropped Kent.
By a relative amount, which means Bakalik is into this race now. A bit of
Jardim's going into the pits.
Okay.
The damage, I suppose. Yeah, he's missing his front left end plates. That's unfortunate.
So
you hate to see it.
You do indeed.
So instead, he's still going to get points.
I'm going to say at this stage, unless Fadia is going to pull a Bellini and make tyres last longer than they really should, net P1 is Bakalik.
I mean, to be honest, I have no idea how long tyres go, especially with the fact that there's been this many safety cars already.
I still don't think Fadia and Ken can make them last until the end. Especially not Ken. Fadia's already left him though. Just gonna ride on board with him.
I'm gonna clickbait this race as I spent 100 days watching people do 26 laps of Baku. I mean, Fadia has just dropped Kent completely. So it is really Fadia just driving at this point. Jardim's half a minute behind everybody else. Sancho might be able to get Kuchuk on the straight. He's in the slipstream.
So Sancho might be able to jump the Haas in front of him.
Get him here. Kuchuk and Sancho are both deploying.
But I think Sancho, the slipstream on this track is so strong, and that inside line, taking a bit of the pit lane there.
Yeah,
cheeky.
yeah.
But he's made the pass before.
Oh, Kuchuk's back up the inside. Almost gets pinched off track completely, but I mean, there from Sancho, he had got the move done. Kuchuk's on the harder tyres as well. Karolak's right behind him. Might actually get a move done if he deployed, but he's not really thinking about it. Just wants to sit behind Kuchuk and get him at a good point in the race. Still this and next lap before DRS. Oh. Kuchuk's done well not to hit the wall there.
The McLaren. Do apologise for interrupting you there, sir.
Well, that's all good. You said what I was going to say, mate.
Oh, okay. So,
we haven't had track limits penalties yet. I know it's hard to get track limit penalties at back. Oh, Bakalik.
Oh.
Has he got a front wing? There, he's missing a right end plate. Nearly drove Sancho off the track.
That was moved up. Flying high is the Williams of Sancho. Good to see.
Oh yeah, big time. I mean, Turek's going to inherit P5 here. Bakalik's doing his best to just avoid everybody at the moment, which is good to see, especially with his wing damage. Doesn't want to impede anyone else's races any more than he can. It's fair play. It'd be interesting to see if Bakalik can get out of the pits before Jardim and what tyres he goes on.
Yeah.
Fadia is 2.2 seconds ahead of Kent, who's another 3.2 seconds ahead of Sancho. Fadia with 144.1 puts a new fastest lap in on his 9-lap-old mediums. Pretty impressive.
Kent's going to have to pit. 22 laps on the mediums.
Bakalik's in for his wing change. Jardim now rounding the last few quote-unquote corners. Bakalik's gone on to softs.
Soft on 11 laps if they're fresh? I can see it.
It's Baku. That's all I'm going to say is it's Baku.
True, but I could see it being possible.
Diego's purple's the first sector, so he's really getting his foot down. Considering it's a street circuit, some of the broadcast cameras are actually pretty nice.
Yeah.
You really see the track in a different light, like you're watching from a window. So Hidario is on the back of Kuchuk. I've cursed him. Front wing gone. He's spun. I'm so bad at my job.
That's another front wing of the S.
Blame me for that one, Hidario.
Mate. Hurting their driver lineup. One of them not costing them any money. If anything, gaining them a lot of money. The other one, all that money gained is being spent on new front wings. So
think of all the practice the pit crew are getting.
Yeah, true. It is free practice.
43.8 from Fadia now. Whoa. Karolak is in the pits. Is that damage? Hope is not damage. McLaren's race is going from bad to worse at the moment, and everyone is now pretty split. So I think unless someone completely bins it, this might be our
These
our
front two
race.
are stop.
Sheesh. What a race. And this is the part now we actually have to talk about things that are not related to the race.
Yeah. Oh,
Dario,
Massinier
5
has
seconds,
just the pit
yeah.
lane exit white line.
Might get removed. I mean, the instruction is on pit exit. Just hold left before you even leave the pit lane.
Yeah.
It's about the only
Uh,
way you actually make it without crossing the white line.
Just on board with the McLaren of Backlick. Purple first sector.
Nice.
So I'm just going to be on board with him, check his time.
Yeah, I say on board with him as well. There's not a lot else going on at the moment.
No, we're just going to see the fastest lap attempt by the McLaren. I see no problem with it. The only issue is for DM, again, I'm under the impression that the top two still need to pit, and they're going to go into softs. So it might not stand, but it'll be a good lap for now.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the only other issue for Backlick at the moment is he's 20 seconds behind Kutchuk.
That's a purple sector 2, 3 seconds faster than his original time.
Is that it?
I'll tell you what, the aerial camera is beautiful. I love the aerial cameras. Allow me to purposely select it, game.
Hope everyone enjoys the low quality backdrops. It's the only way I can stream. 42-1. Oi. This race, man. It's all kicked off, now it's all calmed down.
Yeah, it's all died down a little bit now. To be fair, expected after half the drivers have decided not to race anymore.
I'm looking at it, and I don't know if they if they made the choice.
Well, very true, but you know,
people who mapped out this track are just like got their hands together going.
yeah.
They're actually just anti-capitalist and want to cost F1 teams as much money in repair costs as possible. You know,
it has died down a lot.
You know what I think this race needs?
Another safety car.
Another safety car, yeah.
Another safety car.
Someone wouldn't mind.
If someone...
Taking one for the team.
Hey, Karalak, you're on hards. It's going to be a nightmare for you.
Please no.
If you go into the wall on the outside here, if you don't mind? No? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I know Michela's out, but I am impressed with how many laps he managed to go without serving that drive-through penalty. Jesus.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to check the PC F3 chat, see if anyone's fuming.
No, I think there was, one incident where two cars actually looked like they came together. The rest was all kind of on their own, right?
Yeah. Mishla. My day is ruined and my disappointment is immeasurable.
Immeasurable.
I
to be honest,
the word myself.
Yeah, that's how I'd sum it up. I mean, it's unfortunate. Like, I mean, it can't be nice seeing Fadilla and Kent in P1 and P2 as the title leader are currently not driving.
No.
Who knows? I mean, if these guys pit and there isn't another safety car, then they might not get that many points. I want them to do it. I want the Williams one too.
So do I. I really would like it, but I don't think it's going to be very possible now because Turek has got a 5-seconder.
Yeah, that's true.
But he is P4 and a comfortable P4 at the moment.
And look at the blue cars go. And to be fair, Williams and McLaren at least both, and Aston Martin actually, at least both cars are still racing.
Yes. You know, there are some good constructors' points here up for grabs for some of the teams.
I mean,
Turek has pitted.
Damn, boy. It's gone on the softs then, I suppose.
Tyres for that fastest lap.
Just waiting for his 5 seconds.
5 seconds as well. Which actually hurts him more.
And he's got a wing change.
And he's got a wing change, yeah.
So he was planning on going to the end then.
Must have been.
I mean, He can chase down Karolak and get P6
Shouldn't be
with
too difficult
fastest
for him.
lap, which all things considered, 9 points is not a bad handful.
No, especially with your teammate getting 12 as it stands.
This race it's
Pretty much died down.
Jesus. Backlit gets off first 3-second penalty, I think.
Oh, he got it going over the right-hander before the castle section. That's probably the only place I would see one happening.
Yeah, either that or and we're gonna see Turek go through it in a second. You got the right hander here after castle. It's this next left hander you can track extend and get a warning for as well. Other than that,
Yeah.
though,
He's very much caught up to Karolak.
Yeah, I mean, the last proper corner here, which we're about to see in turn 1, are probably the only other places we can get penalties. Fadea and Sancho, Fadea and Kent are in.
Yeah, I told you this would happen. So Sancho takes P1.
Let's go.
I told you they wouldn't be able to make him go until the end. So
quite the lead on Fadea. She's going to be about 10 seconds when Fadea leaves the pit lane.
Let's see if Fadea can make up 10 seconds in 6 laps.
Personally, I think he will. I could see him being 7 seconds down. I mean, there is a pace difference between the two drivers and a big tyre advantage for Fadea. He's taken a second out of Sancho already.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
This is where we cue the Jaws theme.
Yeah, I mean we could, but I think Fadea would have gobbled up Sancho before it ends.
True. Turek has made the move on Karolak.
Oh, a little fight here. Hang on. Kuchuk, Karolak and Turek.
And
Kuchuk's on fresh softs as well, so he's going to be making the move. Got a yellow flag. That's Bakalik. He's round.
Oh, dear.
And he's letting the cars through, but he might get disqualified for being stopped on track. How does he do this without breaking his front wing?
It's so bad that
he's Austin Powers
has caught up to him. Does he overtake him before the castle? He does.
I feel for him, man. I mean, Hidario is on the verge of being lapped, actually. He's in the pits with 5-lap-old medium tyres on his car. So he's gone through every fresh set he's got. Fadea at the end of the lap, he's actually 6.5 seconds behind Sancho, so half a second quicker than what I thought he'd be, which I thought was already quite a big difference.
His car control is out of this world, I swear.
Pretty solid, man. Pretty good. Kuchuk gets past Karolak on the main straight. Karolak almost looks removed. He's gone deep into turn 1. Thankfully, he's not got anyone behind him to really challenge him anymore, but we might start seeing cars settling into their finishing positions. I think Fadea will probably get Sancho, but everyone else, unless something major happens, probably all where they're going to be finishing. You've got Jardim and Bakalik both in the pits, so they'll have a little 5-lap shootout. Jardim's on fresh softs. Bakalik, of course, he doesn't have softs left anymore, so he's on his 2-lap-old mediums. Man, oh man.
Gonna heat up at the front a little bit.
Yeah.
When this gap is closed even more.
It'll be striking distance for Fadea soon.
Give it a lap, maybe 2. But even then, maybe the softs might die off a little bit, so the grip might not be there as much. Who knows?
I mean, I'd be thinking that too, but 10-lap-old mediums, they are also dying.
Very true. Yeah, Kent is just going to settle into P3, I think. I think Kent's understood where his position is this race. Not really gaining time to Fadir. He's obviously gaining time to Sancho, but I don't think Kent's going to get him.
I just want to point out that I may have got the prediction wrong for how many people would be in the pits on lap 1. But currently 8 DNFs, 3
DNF.
safety cars. It's looking
Correct.
good. We've seen Haas launch their first ever space program as well.
Kent's 3-second time penalty doesn't really matter here.
Yeah, I mean, the grid is actually so spread, and I'm sure when Fadir passes Sancho and, like, everyone finishes, I bet there's going to be, like, a 3-second gap between everybody.
Yeah.
And Fadir will get Sancho either midway through this next lap, or where he is now in a lap's time, but closer.
That is obviously assuming that no mistakes are made by either driver.
Yeah. And we haven't seen any mistakes today. It's been immaculate. Now, I really wish we had something to actually commentate. We're just waiting for Fadir to swallow Sancho, and it's really bad.
We are just waiting for Fadir to catch to Sancho. If we go back through the grid, everyone's reasonably split up enough that there's no real
Go
fights
board with
going.
someone else. I'm on board with Turek. I was like, wow, he's turned around. He's gone through turn 1.
GG.
Isn't a shot fired at any driver who's
so
just
Fadir
driving
is now
their
within
own race, but everyone has just been spread out. We need a safety car.
Fadir is now within a second.
And we had a late safety car in PC2 last year, and it was very exciting at the end, so doubt we're going to get one here, though, as we've only got 9 cars running, and yeah, I mean, Fadir is just going to wait, I reckon. There's no point trying to force a move here.
DRS has been in, like, you know, there's been no safety cars for a while, so DRS is definitely enabled.
Yeah, I mean, I think if I'm Fadir here with the DRS, I'd shoot for fastest lap this lap. Deploy all your battery and really put a good lap time in. It's currently
Takes a lot of time in that corner.
fastest lap is set by Bakalik on a 42.1. So I mean, Fadir is only a 10th and a half behind that. Kent is half a 10th behind that. So see what happens.
Both drivers using a lot of VRS.
Sancho defending. Christ, setup.
No, not close enough to make the move.
I think Sancho's running a low downforce setup here, and Fadir's gone for full lap time.
Fadir's made a fantastic bit of exit.
Yeah, don't think it'll actually be enough.
Oh,
late move by Sancho. I don't know about that. That was on the limit. He's turned in on Fadir.
You can tell that one was oversteer.
I'd imagine so, but is that giving Fadir damage? We'll have to wait and see.
I don't think so, but the move on the straight a bit late, but the
you gotta be doing those things a bit
sooner. You could definitely tell there was a tick of oversteer on that Williams.
I mean, yeah, I mean they're 12 lap old mediums. It's just really unfortunate because Fadir is now just stuck behind Sancho on a lap where he could have gone purple. All the while, Kent is closing up to the back of this.
True. Oh, Fadir's losing the rear end a little bit though.
Yeah, there's a lot of corner exits, so the track does eat rear tyres for breakfast.
A lot closer.
Definitely, but Sancho's already pulling. Fadir's now got the slipstream. He's going to be at the benefit of DRS as well. Sancho is going to be recharging in a minute as well, so should be move one and done here for
straight line speed of this Aston Martin is so quick. So he's already made the move.
Damn, bro. Madara has had a moment.
teammate might get in the way
Might
of
have
this
just
little...
given Sancho DRS there, Hidario. Actually, I meant for Dio DRS. No, he hasn't.
Sancho's
Okay.
not going to be able to keep up with Fadia now.
Sheesh.
Don't know a ridiculous dive, Sancho. Just keep your P2. It's a good result.
That is a very good result. Surviving Baku.
Surviving Baku.
So, position-wise... Fadia's climbed 2 to go for P1. Sancho's up from 6th. And Kent's dropped from pole down to P3. It's still a pretty good overall result. Just a few changes here and there. Big winner being Bakalik, who started last. He's P8. Can't be too mad about that. I think he's still holding the fastest lap as well.
Still.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, Bakalik's being really cheap. No DRS for you, Mr. Aston Martin. Was told to give the blue flags, immediately did it.
I don't blame him. At all. Hey! He's dropped
really
right
cheap.
behind
Doesn't want to give
Sancho.
DRS for the fastest lap, I rate it.
Clever boy, I like that. We are now making our way to the final lap of the race, and I think everybody is in their finishing position. Again, unless there's a mistake. I mean, Kuchuk is 1.4 behind Turek, so there might be a last lap shootout here.
Imagine if Fadia makes a mistake and bins it on the last lap.
That would be sad, but very funny.
Yeah. And it would also put both Williams on the podium if that happens, so... Or if, like, Kent bins it. Would like to see a dual-team podium, but I don't think it's going to happen.
No, definitely not by the looks of things. Fadia's drove a very good race. Unfortunately, he didn't see the safety car come out when it did on one of the whatever safety car it was, but he's pulled it all back. Cleared Sancho by nearly 3 seconds already, so yeah, stuff's kind of quick. Shane Kent's got a 3-second penalty because he may well have been able to get Sancho on the straight up to the line. And he's still hunting Sancho down. He might just want to get this on track for the sake of getting it on track. We'll have to see how this one goes.
Just going to see if... I think Kent will get him on track, but Sancho will eventually take P2 via the 3-second penalty.
Definitely.
As we do come to the end of this race. A great race driven by a driver who at the beginning of the season didn't look to be in contention, but as it has gone on,
he's got there. I'm on
has
board.
been made.
Ken versus Sancho to the line. Sancho takes it on track. Fadia wins. Kent P3.
Sancho P2.
Pretty good podium. Leagues just
Turek.
miles ahead of Turek. Although I think everyone else had some form of issue throughout the race. Post safety car.
Turek comes over
Turek
P4.
is P4.
P5. Karolak, I think, kept the fastest lap, or Bakalik kept the fastest lap in the end.
Yeah, Bakalik kept it. Very surprised. All things considered.
Karolak's
Karolak's cruising.
I think he ran out of fuel at the end
His
there.
fuel
But
light wasn't on, he was cruising.
Oh, he was just cruising, he was just chilling.
Jardim coming home for a pretty good P7. He survived. He gets points. Bakalik and Hidario already finished.
These 9 drivers very much did survive Baku. It was a brilliant drive from Fadia. And just want to say, Sancho, well played to him. Starting P6, finishing P2, but Bakalik. It will say that he's the driver of the day. But like...
I don't have one. All 9 of these guys can get driver of the day for surviving.
Surviving, yes. What a podium. An Alfa Romeo, an Aston Martin, and a Williams.
Put that on a list of things you like to see. The identical triplets on the podium. It's beautiful.
They are all very happy for each other.
These are my children, man.
Yeah.
Random Aston Martin race engineer taking it in. He loves it.
So if you want to quickly run over the race director, I will go through the
Absolutely.
standings. Padilla P1, followed by Sancho P2. Great race from him. P3 Ken. Turek with P4.
Bakalik did a 6-stop.
Karalak P6. Jardine P7. Bakalik P8 with the fastest lap. So that is
so many front wing changes, bro.
Massinier P9. And Mishler still gets a point. He, in theory, actually finished P10 because he was the last one to DNF. He won't get the point.
Yeah,
But,
he is listed as P10.
He's listed as P10 as everyone after Massinier, Hidario, I don't know anymore.
Aston Martin driver.
The second Aston Martin driver all get points. Crazy first half of the race. Relatively boring second half of the race, I will say.
I'm glad it calmed down, man. I didn't bring a drink up for this. I'd have been bone dry at the end of this race if it kept up like that. Jesus Christ. 2 out of 3 predictions right. That's not bad.
All of them were, weren't they? There was 8 DNFs.
No, I mean, there was 8 DNFs and 3 safety cars. It said there'd only be 3 people in at the end of lap 1, and there was 6. It would have been 7 if Stewart made it back to the pits as well, so... Whew. As Adam's quite rightly pointed out in the chat, more pit stops than incidents. How?
So yeah,
I'm worried for tomorrow now, man.
I will say a very nice points for Williams. 30 points total.
Whew.
Jumps them right up to P6 apparently, according to Adam.
I love people who do our jobs for us.
Thank you.
Well, I think after that, that is basically gonna be it, man. That's...
Leads the standings by a single point.
Oh my god, it's heating up. My word. I don't know, man. I'm lost for words.
Fadia in the chat, once again, chatting rubbish. He apparently didn't really have good pace on Baku. Excuse me?
He had enough. You don't have good pace. You won the race. Tell me you're asking to be put in PC1 without telling you being asked to be put in PC1.
Who did?
I mean, if I won a race seemingly convincingly, like not completely, but seemingly, I wouldn't then want to say that I don't have the pace there, could have been a bit quicker, because you might get bumped up, you never know.
Yeah, don't say that kind of stuff.
It might just be being modest, I don't know. But anyway, that is going to be it. Just before we go, I just want to thank our sponsors, Bolidmania, Gridfinder, JR Design, Race Insight, and Discord for partnering with the league and helping us bring these saucy race videos to the public every week. If you like what you saw today, consider liking the video and subscribing for more Formula 1 content. Tomorrow we've got PlayStation F3 and F2 and PC F2 all at Baku, and then on Sunday we've got PlayStation and the PC F1 formulas going at it and see who really can tame this beautiful yet horrible street circuit. But yeah, that's it. That is it. So we are going to call it there. Thanks everyone for tuning in. And thanks for the engagement on the video as well. I had a lot of comments today and a lot of likes. So, yeah. Anything else you want to say, Ryan?
Let's say, yeah, thank you for being here with us to enjoy this absolute carnage track with the league that is probably the most carnage in PC. It's always a joy to commentate this.
Oh my god, yeah, I mean... Yeah.
Oh, no.
And mentally, I'm just gone. I need a rest.
Yeah, I
Jesus
don't know what
Christ.
I think after this, I'm going to take a bath. Like.
Fair enough, mate. But yeah, that's going to be it. Thanks everyone for tuning in. We will see